I have a complicated relationship with this film. I loved it when I was a kid, and it might be the earliest film I remember seeing in the theater. To this day, there are still a lot of things I like about it, though it's inferior to the original in every conceivable way. While the original film took great liberties from the novel, this one departs from its source novel even more so, with Jurassic Park 3 actually having many more plot similarities to Michael Crichton's The Lost World. That seems like it would be a problem until you learn that Crichton's Lost World was a slapped-together sequel written in order to guarantee Spielberg's involvement in the sequel. So we have director Steven Spielberg back, and he's clearly going through the motions. It's noteworthy that, with few exceptions, the films he's made since this have largely been dramatic and not would-be blockbusters. So he does seem to be sort of moving on from this type of filmmaking in 1997, but Spielberg's such a natural filmmaker that he can't help but make some compelling sequences, and he is so good at staging the effects and integrating them with real-world actors and stuntmen. Goldblum is the main returning actor, and while he was the most enjoyable player in the first movie, he seems out of place here. He's still cynical.
Oh yeah, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
But in many ways he feels like a different character. This is probably due more to the script, as it doesn't allow him to have the same impact in terms of ethical debates. Goldblum's also just not cut out to be an action star. So we're on a second island here with dinosaurs roaming free, and there are two groups of people, one sent by a reformed Hammond and one sent by the more nefarious wing of InGen. While these groups are diametrically opposed, they eventually have to work together for survival, which is probably a more interesting character dynamic than anything else going on in the sequels, especially because the more technologically advanced group has actually been severely crippled by the good guys. And at the heart of this opposition, of course, is Roland Tembo, played by Pete Postlethwaite. Say what you will about this movie, or the series as a whole, but he is awesome. While he's essentially with the bad guys, he is far more reasonable than the company men or mercenaries, given that he's really just looking to hunt a T-Rex, and he actually sides with the good guys more often than you might think. His hunt for his white whale is my favorite part of the movie.
If you want me to run your little camping trip, there are two conditions. Firstly, I'm in charge, and when I'm not around, Dieter is. All you need to do is sign the checks, tell us we're doing a good job, and open your case of scotch when we have a good day. Second condition, my fee. You can keep it. All I want in exchange for my services is the right to hunt one of the tyrannosaurs. A male, a buck only. How and why are my business. Now, if you don't like either of those two conditions, you're on your own.
There are two true standout sequences here, with the herbivore hunt being the first one. It's so much fun and such a great introduction to many dinosaurs that we at best got mere glimpses of in the previous film. Like my personal favorite dinosaur, Parasaurolophus, which was just sort of featured in the background in the first one, and Pachycephalosaurus, which is a fantastic addition. The other real standout sequence is the velociraptors in the long grass. I love how this movie makes you wait for them. After being such a pivotal part of the first movie, you would expect them to be heavily involved here, and while they eventually are, they don't even show up until over halfway through. But they don't disappoint. Until they do, which is what will lead me into the negative aspects of the movie. It's dumb. The gymnastics scene is terrible, but at least it's only like 10 seconds. The movie also becomes a Godzilla film with the T-Rex rampaging around San Diego, which unfortunately is a lot longer than 10 seconds. The entire thing seems tongue-in-cheek, and it's such a drastic shift from the rest of the movie. I think had the movie ended with the heroes being saved by the helicopter, it actually would have been better. There are also way too many characters here. Of the bad guy groups, there's too many of them. Like, Roland has his right-hand man that's barely a character in the movie. He gets a few deleted scenes if you've ever seen like an extended edition where there's a little bit more to him. But yeah, there's just too many people. As for some new additions, of course, the Stegosaurus making its first appearance. I like this scene up until a point. It is kind of the recreation of the Brachiosaurus scene of wonder from the original, But then it also becomes an action scene, which just kind of shows that this movie just doesn't have the same feeling as the original. And I do like the 2 T-Rexes, and well, actually 3, because we have the juvenile. The juvenile is annoying in terms of the noises it makes, but whatever. It's a key plot point. The T-Rexes are better on the island than the T-Rex is when it's in San Diego.